Well, since it's a miserable, windy, rainy afternoon, so drab, look how dark it is already. I might just have to do some sort of a product review. So, today we picked up the Eachine Stack X F4. Now this is basically the ultimate in all-in-ones because all you basically need is a frame and 4 motors. The rest is all in here. So let's have a look. Now I've already opened this up and they provide you with fairly large standoffs, so the stack height ends up being pretty tall. As you can see, that's a fairly sizable standoff. So what I've done is just use my rubber soft mounts at the bottom and then use the mini 6mm in between. That gives me a nice compact stack, as well as being soft mounted. So this boasts the Eachine camera. Now if this camera is anything like the HM DVR HD that they had on the failed V-tail drone, like that camera unit was probably the reason why a lot of people crashed, because of the latency. But I found if you bought the actual camera unit separately from Banggood, it had upgraded firmware. And I've run one of these units in one of my drones, and to be honest, it was hard to notice the latency. Like, I was deliberately doing things that latency would stuff me up, either like following a bird right into a tree onto its perch. I did that no problems, and I was quite amazed. So hopefully this unit also has the firmware that removes that latency. I would certainly hope so, but it's kind of strange to see a 1-cell pack in the back of this camera, which blew my mind the other day because I didn't have this plugged into anything, and I was removing a few parts. I accidentally hit a button and the stack came on, and it was blowing my mind until I found the battery in the camera. So be wary of that. But otherwise everything comes pre-wired, so all your powers, 5 volts and signals and videos all wired in. I'm a Spectrum user, but this is wired in for S-Bus, I believe, or serial, so the serial can do S-Bus and the rest of it. So all I need to change here really is my power wire. Instead of 5 volt, I go to the next one over, which is 3.3 volt, and that's what Spectrum runs. So as to what frame I'm going to put this in, I'm really tossing it up. I'm thinking I should put it in the Gojira, but at the same time, I don't want my Gojira to have lag or latency. So I'm going to have to put this in a test frame first, one that I don't really care too much about, or doesn't cost me $110. So maybe one of my GX 215 frames, since I get them for 50 bucks. Well, I might have some spare ZMR stuff laying around. Either way, that's my first look at this stack. So over here we've got the button layout seems exactly the same as the old HM DVR unit. So you've got the power and reset, and you hit one. You got the mic there as well, which picked up sound pretty good once you put a bit of foam over it. SD card there. Now the flight controller itself is an F4. It's also got the SD card. So this one stack runs dual SD cards. And the ESC itself, 4-in-1 ESC, on closer inspection just looks like a 3-6S Racer Star manufactured ESC, as I noticed like the traces and pads and a few components look exactly the same, and it would make a lot of sense for them to just sell an ESC unit to Eachine for them to build their stack. It's tried and tested and works wicked. This is the BL Heli S. For some reason the Tatu 4-in-1 35 amp 32-bit Racer Star, that gave me nothing but grief. But these BL Heli S1s, 3-6S, 30 and 35 amp, have been superb. Now I ran the one without a BEC on a few of my other builds because I don't trust linear regs, but this one has an onboard BEC, And I haven't been able to find any sort of a buck converter set up anywhere, so this is also a linear reg, which is what that thing would be, I'd say. It's kind of disappointing, or even that thing, because it's straight off the power. So, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when that linear reg will decide to brown out, spike out, and do all sorts of business. The only way to save that is to make sure that anything I draw 5 volt from is not going to draw from this stack. So I'll have to get a separate 5 volt step down for any other things I want to run. But this stack does it all, so everything needs is a frame and motors. So that's just a quick first look at this Aishin Stack X F4. And what else do we get in here? Oh, we also get the RPSMA UFL or SMA UFL. So it's very nice of them to offer you the choice. Not like the F4 V5 Pro, which only gives you one. And you also get, you know, your leads, an XT60, and a little bit of dress snakeskin covering. And a few more standoffs than required, but they're all still the big ones, so useless. From my understanding, this is a CMOS sensor, as most DVR units use a CMOS sensor. Now, whether they have WDR and all that sort of stuff will be interesting to see. It's a very nice big lens on it, anyway. Looks decent, very nice. Pardon my dirty, grubby fingers. But we shall build, we shall fly, we shall report back.